What's up, guys? I just got out of the shower and I was getting ready for the day, and I stopped and I thought this is a good opportunity to kind of just show you something that I've been doing lately because I'm in this in between phase of a haircut. So the style isn't crazy, but what I'm doing is something specific just to make it okay in the meantime. And I kind of wanted to show you that and break it down. So, yeah, let's do that. Before we start, I just wanted to say that I had to re-wet it just to get us from a good starting point, and then go over the tools that we're using. So, first thing, hair dryer. This thing, it's like a no-name brand. I have no idea. I probably got it for like 15 or 10 bucks at like Rite Aid. I have this brush here. This is kind of a bigger brush. I have this like, if I had a round brush, that'd be awesome, but it's just like this one of this regular brushes. It's a Paul Mitchell, but I don't know how much that matters. But I have noticed that if you do get nicer brushes, it feels better, like on your scalp, on your hair, and things like that. I'm not a hairstylist or anything at all, but I do know that just feels better. So I always end up just spending like, I'll spend twice as much because it really just like every single day, I don't want to be in pain. I've had like shitty brushes that either hurt my hands or my scalp, especially. But so I usually go over that. And then I'm using this styling balm from Beard Brand. Of course, right? So, lastly, I am going to be using this Tresemme. It's 2 spray, 4, something like that. So, you can use whatever you want. I'm just saying that these are the things. So let's get into it. Okay, here I have the hairdryer on its high setting, and I'm just kind of getting that hair pushed forward and in the opposite direction of the way I want to style it. It just kind of helps the hair stand up, especially because after I'm done drying it, I usually add a little bit more water. Then I just taking out the brush and I'm curling that. See how I just kind of hook it, curl, and then I pull up. And then at first, I was kind of not paying attention. I just kind of held the hairdryer close. But what I really want to do is follow the brush with the hairdryer. So there we go, like that. I kind of just trace it, kind of like it's like pointing always at the brush, not at the roots there. That's the whole point of what I'm doing. And then, so I don't know why I was just not doing that. I was just distracted. But then after I went around the whole outside, I kind of start digging into the back and the middle there and drying that. So there's a good example of me tracing the brush with the hairdryer. That's it. It doesn't take that long. Okay, so at this point, I just added a little bit more water into the sides here just to give it a little bit more to work with. And then I'm gonna kind of separate here, right? Try to make a part. If you had a comb, that would be nice. But I just kind of figure out a way. My hairline sucks, but there is a part there. I can't really see because I'm using a monitor. Same goes here. Basically separate the sides from the top. And the reason I'm doing this is because this haircut is an in-between haircut. It's really about the sides that suck. Like the top can kind of get long and weird, and it still works. You can style it and it looks good in a lot of ways. But it's the sides and the back, and it just all sucks there. So that's what I really want to focus on. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this brush to dry it and press it down and really work it that way. So let me start that. And I want to go on a low setting on the hairdryer. So. Okay, so right here, I don't know if it's really clear, but I'm kind of jamming part of that brush at the bottom into my scalp and kind of leaving the top off of my head. So it's actually not touching that corner there, it's just the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, but see how it's just, I don't know, it's like I'm just jamming just the bottom, trying to push down that bottom half. Okay, so now at this point, I feel like the hairdryer is pretty good, and we've gotten a lot of this matteness down. I'm not near a sink, so I gotta go get a little bit more water back in my hair, just so that when I put in the styling balm, it just kind of goes through it a little easier. That's just something I like to do. You don't need to do that. In fact, most people don't, but I think it works really well when you're trying to press hair down, is to have a little bit of water, especially if you've been using a hairdryer. Like, we just use the hairdryer to press the sides down, and I won't be adding more water to that section. I'll be adding it to more of the corners and the top there, because I feel like, well, my hair sticks out like that, so it's like, whatever, fuck you, basically, to me. So I have to kind of try to bring that down a little bit. So I'll be right back. Okay, so at this point we're ready for the balm, and I just kind of put about this much, about that much. It's like a quarter size, you know, and it doesn't look like a lot, but it's a good amount. And like I said, I have a little bit of water in my hair, and then I put it across my hands, and then I kind of just pick it through a little bit. If anything, I focus on the back and the sides, the corners here. So it's kind of this top half, and then from the back here. So I'm actually pulling it forwards. That way we can get that volume. So I kind of just put it through. So now, once it's through, some days it's just, this is all I do. I just leave it and I just kind of pull it over, like I've mentioned in the other hair tutorial. But because it's an in-between, you have to do a little bit more, or just a little bit more. So here, I just have to really mat that down, and then same here, I just kind of press it down. But since we did the hair dryer on the sides here, it doesn't go like that. It's just it's just lays flat and good, and then I can use the little bit of water and the balm to get this, and it's kind of like that in between. So now the sides are flat, and then this corner is kind of like this medium puff, and then the top is this huge puff, which could probably, I'm just messing with it more than normal. It's probably going to come out bad, but you know, just see here, see how that lays flat like that? That's the goal that I'm going for. I would say this is good. Again, since this is like an exuberant amount of effort, in my opinion, to put into my hair, I've done it and I don't want it to go anywhere, so I just lock it in with this hairspray. Just especially, again, like this top sides, I mean, the top sides and the sides are really what I'm focusing on. The top, again, it doesn't really look bad, so I just kind of just give it a couple sprays on the sides. Of course, little on the top, sides, and never forget or neglect the back. And that's it. I mean, then I just kind of, that hairspray, you can feel it. So just press it in again on the sides, the lower sides here, and I don't touch that section. So it's 1, 2, 3, like short, medium, and then whatever happens up there. Then you can kind of give it a little puff and style according normal at the end if you want. Looks good. And for an in-between, I think this works really well. You saw what it looked like at the beginning of the video, and generally speaking, if I just throw stuff in it, that's what it looks like at the end of the day, and that sucks. But if I do this, it stays like this, and doesn't look that bad, I don't think. So hopefully this helps you out, and maybe you can pull something from this that might help for your hairstyle. But those in-betweens, they suck when you don't really want to get a haircut, or whatever the case may be. You're just not there. So I'll probably get another haircut in like a week or two, you know? This is fine for now. So Yeah, that's it. Until next time. Peace.